The 15. Great move from second to, or from tailback to fourth. But right now out on cruise control. About a half a straightaway lead in that 51 machine. That is Mitchell Moore. Logan in second. Up from sixth to third. Working that top shelf, trying to run down that 51 machine of Mitchell Moore. 5 laps down. Make that 6 laps down, 2 to go. 6 laps down, 2 to go. Racetrack not slowing up much at all as we are still down in the 12-second lap times. White flag that time by. But your winner of your first heat race in our IMCA Race Saver Sprint cars, that is Mitchell Moore. In second, that is Lanny Moore. And in third, in that 15V machine, that is Cole Vanderheiden. But your heat race winner in that 51 machine, pay him off, fans, as he comes down the front stretch there, that is Mitchell Moore. Gonna take him back pit side. No tech for our IMCA Sprint Savers. Loud pedal, green flag high in the air. Is our traffic controller going to allow that one to go? Looks like he is. The 99 out to the lead, 43 of Greenwood. And the 17X, that is your top 3 is Jay Russell working that top side. Gets a great run. Good battle for that third place position. Jay Russell and Martins. Martin's working that low line. Russell working that top shelf. With a 99 of Gerbil. Out to about quite a second lead over Greenwood. And Martin, as we've got 4 laps down, 4 to go, halfway home in this last heat race of our IMCA Race Savers. Braden Goebel, Greenwood, and Martin, that is your top 3. White flag this time by. White flag this time by. For that 99 machine. Again, still in the 12-second. Extremely fast tonight, but your heat race winner in that 99 machine, that is Braden Global. The 43 of Jake Greenwood and the 17X of Jason Martin. That is your top 3. Again, going to take them back pit side. A little bit too wet for them down there in the infield to tech this evening. We're going to go racing this time by for Peters and Peters on the front row. Green flag high in the air. We are racing here at US 36 with our USRA stock car division. Something awry on Sashwick's car, pulls to the infield. We're going to stay clean and green, but we got a pass for the lead. Mick Ross from 4th to 1st in 1 lap. But don't look now, starting 6th, running 2nd. The 7 of Doug Keller and Brad Deary in that 37 machine along with Matthew Lance. 2 laps down. Mick Ross out to about a 1.5 seconds lead here. Doug Keller, Brad Deary, and Matthew Lance would think about going 3 wide, decide better there. But you got them 3 deep, sell them cheap there with that 2nd, 3rd, and 4th place car of Keller, Deary, and Lance. Good race for that 2nd base position as Deary gets underneath that 7 machine of Keller. Matthew Lance wants to throw his hat in the rink there. Gets a little out of shape, able to save it. Let's see. Oh, he goes around. Are we going to stay green? Yes, we will. We'll stay green. Mick Ross out to a commanding lead. Doug Keller. Brad Deary. Good race for that 2nd and 3rd position. As Deary set in P3, I think he wants to be P2 as he don't let that 7 machine get away from his white flag that time by. But your heat race winner will be the 34X of Mick Ross. Doug Keller, Brad Deary, that is your top 3. Good run for Michael Miller. Up to 4th from 9th. Good run. But your heat race winner in your first of 2. USRA stock cars, that is the 34X of Mick Ross. Noel leads them down the back stretch. Everybody tightens them belts up as we're going to go 8 laps of distance. Gotta be side by side at the cone. Green flag high in the air. Hedge working that bottom side. Young Eddie Knoll up to the top side. Gets a good run coming off the top there. Bailey gets a good run there underneath it. Oh, him and Hedge get together. Little right side romance there between the 7 and the 105 of Hedge. But currently out to the lead in that 15 machine. That is Eddie Knoll. Bailey in 2nd. Hedge in 3rd. Sedgwick in 4th currently. But I got a good battle side by side there between Estes and Sedgwick. And looky there, the 69 ER of Cadwalder going to throw his hat in the mix as we were almost 3 wide going through 1 and 2. But the young man, 14-year-old Eddie Knoll out to the lead here. 4 laps down, 4 to go. Bailey working that top shelf. Hedge right behind him. Estes up from 6th to 3rd. Right now, your big mover so far in this USRA heat race this evening is that 997 of Estes. But this time by, white flag in the air for the young man, 14 years old, piloting that 15E machine. That is Eddie Knoll. Shane Bailey, Clint Hedge, Jason Estes, that is your top 4. But your winner of your 2nd heat race of the evening in our USRA stock car division, that is Eddie Knoll. Bailey in 2nd. Hedge in 3rd. Estes in 4th. That is your top 4. But let's let him hear it, fans. US 36, you wanted the best. We've got them two abreast, ready to start this A feature event. Gotta be side by side at the cone. Green flag high in the air, and we are racing here at US 36 Raceway. Blake Hayes working that bottom shelf. Coleman Browning gets a good run there on the bottom side. Coleman Browning gives a slide job. White Castles are served. Coleman Browning to the lead. Blake Hayes in second. Shane Bailey in third. Shane Bailey tees down the racetrack, pulls right to the inside of Blake Hayes. Going to do a little side job, bounces up the racetrack. Blake Hayes turns back underneath and crosses back over. But out front, Coleman Browning in that 54L machine. Shane Bailey in second. But Blake Hayes able to battle back, and Blake Hayes does have to take that spot. Blake Hayes in second, Shane Bailey in third. Got a great race for that second and third place positions. But Coleman Browning working that top shelf to near perfection. Bailey up to second. Hayes in third and Eds in fourth. That is your top four. As we've got 4 laps down, 8 to go. 4 laps down, 8 to go. Coleman Browning, not quite a second lead over that 8 machine of Shane Bailey. Those two top cars pulling away. Going to get into some lap traffic here in just the next lap or two, as we've got 6 down, 6 to go, 6 down, 6 to go, and oh, makes contact. Shane Bailey and Coleman Browning make contact there. Little right side romance coming off of 4. Turns him around. Have to see what race command calls that on. As Coleman Browning able to refire that 54L machine. Rejoin the field. Have to wait for the call. As looks like they're going to call that on the 8. Caution on the 8 of Shane Bailey. As race commands talking to these drivers, they do have a race receiver in. We can talk to them. Checking over that lineup, making sure everybody's correct. Looks like they are, as we're going to go Delaware double file restart. Leader out front, 2x2 behind. 6 laps down, halfway home. Traffic controller giving them the 1 to go. This time by Coleman Browning, Blake Hayes, and Eds. That is your top 3. Browning leads them off into 3 and 4. Gets ready to get on that loud pedal. Green flag high in the air. We are back racing here at US 36. Coleman Browning. Blake Hayes gets a good run there on the top side. Comes down the hill, goes right to the rear bumper of that 54L machine of Coleman Browning. Ed's in second, Gerard in third. Everybody's searching for that best way around. as Browning's pulled out to a little bit of a lead there. Not quite a half second over Blake Hayes in that 14H machine. But looky here, coming up through the field in that 8 machine. After that caution, already up to 6. Trying to get around that 24 machine of Gibson. 10 laps down, 11 this time by, 1 to go. 1 to go for Coleman Browning. Blake Hayes, Eds, Hilliard, and up to the top 5. Shane Bailey trying to get around Hampton. But your feature winner tonight in that 54L machine, that is Coleman Browning. But up to 5th from the tail after that caution, Shane Bailey. But it's Coleman Browning, Blake Hayes, John Eds, Jared Hilliard. That is your top 4. Head down track side. Get a word with your feature winner tonight. Headed down to victory lane. Get a word with Coleman Browning. Your feature winner tonight in your E-Mod division. What's that? Getting his helmet off and up and out of the car. Let him hear it, US 36 fans. Your feature winner tonight in your E-Mod division, Coleman Browning. Coleman, come over here and get a word with me. Gotta feel good to get the monkey off the back finally. I will tell you, in hot laps, I thought Chris Deshawn was in the house. This is Chris Deshawn's old car, is it not, or are you just borrowing tonight?
No, it's Mike Lewis's. Chris wanted a race stock car, and me and Mike come up with a deal, and it's been working the last 2 weekends.
Yeah, I hear you. Well, hey, racetrack a little different tonight. Hammered down, heavy, a little rough, had a little bit of character. Could see this right rear got packed full of mud. Was any vibration going down the racetrack there that you noticed?
Yeah, I mean, you can't really notice much in that. I mean, it's hats off to Beth and John. They did everything they could to get a race in. I mean, what else can you ask for? I mean, it's wheels up racing. You're racing Blake and Shane. I mean, them guys are tough, so you beat them and you're actually doing something.
Yeah, that's for sure. Well, hey, US 36, you're a feature winner of the night in your E-Mod division, Coleman Browning. All right. On behalf of Russell Racing, it gave me a shirt. I'm going to throw her out. I've got 3 more. I'll come down after each one, throw them out. I want to thank them one more time for coming up and donating those to us. As up next will be our pure stock division. Let me get up to the tower here. This is too much for an old man, you know it? Up next on the racetrack will be our pure stock division. Going 12 laps. Starting on the pole. In the 11J, that is Jake Stormer. Starting outside of him in the 55T, that is Mick Ross. Starting inside second row in that 15E machine, that is Eddie Knoll. Starting outside of him, second row, father-son. That 15 of Ed Knoll. Third row inside in the 4B. That is Jared Burns. Starting outside of him in the 25K machine. That is Kane Crockett. Starting inside, fourth row in the 11S machine. That is Tyler Starmer. Starting 8th on the field in the 4W. There's Aaron Wilhoit. Starting 5th row inside in the 03 machine, that's Gabe Query. Starting outside of him in the B5 machine, that's George Burren. Starting inside row number 6 in the 76, that is Russell. Starting outside of him in the 12, that is Chase Query. Starting inside row number 7 in the B6 machine, that is Rowdy Burren. Starting 14th on the field in the 8, it is Pat Gomez. And starting tailback on the field in the 4B, that is Luke McAfee. And the 48X of Jim Masoner Jr. Caution lights are out. We're going to go racing this time by. Got to be side by side at the flag stand. 12 laps the distance. Green in the air. We are back racing here at US 36. Stormer, Mick Ross. Mick Ross is a great run coming off the top side there. Stormer in second. Ed Knoll in third. Eddie Knoll in fourth. Crockett in fifth. 1 lap down, 11 to go in this pure stock. A feature event. Mick Ross, Jake Stormer, Eddie Knoll, and Ed Knoll. That is your top 4 as we're going to get into some lap traffic. First one to go down will be the B6 of Rowdy Burton. Everybody able to get by as he's holding the high side, but out to a commanding lead. Just about a second over the field. That 55 of Mick Ross. Four laps down, 8 to go. 4 laps down, 8 to go. Good run for Tyler Stormer up to 5th. Crockett up to 6th and Burns to 7th. Good battle going down the back stretch for that 4th and 5th place position. Tyler Stormer, great move on Ed Knoll there. Take over that 4th place position. As again, we're going to get into some more lap traffic as we are halfway home this time by. Or make it 7 down this time by for Mick Ross. But Stormer able to cut into that lead as Ed Knowles going to retire into the infield. Something amiss on that 15 machine. Good battle shaping up as he did cut into that lead down about a half second. As Stormer works through traffic trying to get around Query in the 03 machine. Get up there and challenge as we've got a caution on the racetrack. Caution on the racetrack for, I believe, the B6 of Rowdy Burren. Did not see what happened there as that race for the lead was starting to shape up as they were working through some lap traffic. Got some debris up there on the top side of 2. 9 laps down. We're going to have a 3-lap dash. Jim Masoner Jr. be our hard charger so far, up 5 positions up to 5th in that 48X machine. Tyler Stormer been on quite a run here too, making that top shelf work. Able to get around some of those cars. Again, 9 laps down in this 12-lap A-feature event for our pure stock division. Track officials checking out the racetrack surface, make sure everything's off. As there was a little debris off the cars there. Caution lights, nope, not quite. Race command, making sure the lineup is correct. As we've got the 03 of Gabe Query stop there on the entrance of turn 3, talking to a track official. Race command, giving them a command to go Delaware double file restart. Again, 9 laps down, 3 to go. Big mover so far. That 46X machine of Jim Masoner Jr. Up 5 positions. Going to be a shootout till the end here. Traffic controller giving the 1 to go. Caution lights are out. Green flag next time by. Led from the drop of the green, Mick Ross in that 55 T machine. Brings them off. Oh. Caution lights back out. Race command not liking something there. Gonna get everybody in line. Caution lights are out this time by. Mick Ross leads him off to the restart zone. Green flag high in the air. We are back racing here at US 36 Raceway. Mick Ross, Jake Stormer, Tyler Stormer. Oh, brothers get together. Allows the 15 E of Eddie Knoll get up there. Oh, and we got brothers banging off each other. Something fierce. Caution on the racetrack. Something broke on that 11J machine along with the 11. S machine. Both Stormers going to have to take her back to the hot pit area. 9 laps down, but up 2 more positions after that. Jim Masoner Jr. Definitely your hard charger right now. Little debris on the entry of turn 1 there. But good job on those drivers being able to miss the mayhem that was going on between the brothers there, as they got to bouncing off each other down the backstretch and then through 3 and 4. Looked like the right rear went down on the 11J of Jake Stormer. But we've got them racked up, getting all the track officials off the racetrack. We are going to go green this time by. Again, 9 down, 3 to go. Mick Ross led from the drop of the green. Can he hold off the young gun? And that 15 machine gets a good restart, as we've got the 4W. Will Height, oh, he's out of shape. Able to gather it up as we'll stay clean and green. Mick Ross. Oh, we've got a couple cars off the heartbreaking. For that 48X machine of Jim Masoner Jr. had a great run. Didn't see what happened there, as we've got track officials up on the racetrack picking up some debris. Something broke on that car. Come to a stop there in the infield after having a great run up through the field there. Went red on the racetrack. Want to make sure everybody's safe. Don't cut down a tire. No laps scored that time. So again, 9 laps down, 3 to go. Didn't see a huge puff of smoke, so I'm wondering if it was a transmission or a rear end gear that let go. Hopefully not a motor, as I see them picking up pieces and parts there in 3 and 4. Digging something out of the racetrack there. As whatever will let go on that car definitely left some pieces and parts scattered through 3 and 4 there. Let me head over here to Race Command, see if I can get a little information, see what they're saying. What let go? Do you know? Have you transmitted? So, hearing from Race Command, transmission let go. Gonna have to put some dirt down as we've got some fluid there entering turns 3 and 4 as a transmission on the 48X machine of Masoner Jr. Transmission letting go as heartbreaking for him as he had quite a run from the back to the front. Again, August 15th, the Query Memorial 1,000 to win pure stock race, along with our kids' money grab on the front stretch. As we've got a break in the action. Get up, get you something cold to drink, stretch your legs a little bit. It's going to take just a minute. We're going to throw some dirt down over that oil, that 90 weight gear oil that come out of that transmission as that Saginaw 4-speed decided to let go. Again, 9 laps down, 3 to go still in this pure stock A feature. It's never pretty when one of them transmissions goes loose. All those gears have a tendency just to start crumbling. So I want to make sure we get it all up off the racetrack. Sure we don't cut any tires down. So it'll be just a minute. Get you a Kona Ice on this cool evening. I forgot to give them a shout out. Or go down and see Danielle in the US 36 Beer Garden. Check out some of our new swag and our new 36 Raceway t-shirts. Grab you an adult soda. But again, remember, if you are having a drink tonight, please drink responsibly and have a designated driver, as we want you to make it back here safely to enjoy the races here at US 36 Raceway. You can see him filling up the back of that Ranger full of pieces and parts. Got him a little bucket out there throwing some air or dry down. That 90 weight gear oil. Try to get it worked down into the racing surface there. Again, August 26th, Carb Night, Central Auto Racing Boosters will be in the house. If you are a Carb member, you get in free that night. I believe they are at 5 racetracks this season. So if you're not a member, you should be. I believe it's $15. Get you into 5 different racetracks free. That pays for itself. But they do some great work. The Central Auto Racing Boosters Association, with their bowl-a-thon that they have every year, along with their car banquet for these drivers every year. Have some great things, but looks like we're gonna turn the caution light on, run through this oil dry so we can get back to racing here. Again, you heard me talking about it. I was talking to Mr. Bowler earlier this evening just told me that they just inked a contract with the Melbourne Bank late model series, going to be with us later this year. Still got to get some of that information up, but make sure you follow us on US 36 Dirt Facebook page, as we'll have all that information up here shortly. Again, remember that Mike Kraft with Cheeseworks is in the house. If you want to see some racing action throughout the Kansas City area, go see Michael Kraft's Cheeseworks videos. Does a great job. As I seen him down at Electric City here, I believe last night. So does a great job here in the Kansas City area. So go check out his videos, support him. As it looks like just about got all the track officials off the racetrack. So we're going to run through that oil dry a few more times, make sure we get that run in. Again, 9 laps down, 3 to go in this A feature event. Waiting to see if Race Command, I think we're going to go single file the rest of the way, see what Race Command says here as we are at our time limit. A minute a lap is what we allow. So normally they get 2 opportunities to go double file restart. So I suspect we'll be going single file the rest of the way. As Scotty's tow and recovery getting that 48 machine up on the hook there in the infield. You can see traffic control Chad talking to Race Command, see what we can do to get this thing re-fired off. As it looks like, yep, track officials coming into the infield. Make sure the lineup is correct. We'll be back to racing again. 9 laps down, 3 to go. They claim cautions breed cautions. Looks like they waved off the 25K of Kane Crockett. Got the flag high up in the air, giving them the one to go this time by. Mick Ross led from the drop of the green. Can he hold off that 15 machine of Eddie Knoll? Burns in third as they head on down into the restart zone. Get ready to step on the loud pedal. Green flag high in the air. Mick Ross. Eddie Knoll. Eddie Knoll gets a good run through 3 and 4. 10 laps down, 2 to go. Mick Ross. White flag high in the air. Mick Ross, Eddie Knowles. Aaron Will Hoyt. But your feature winner tonight in your pure stock division, Mick Ross in that 55 machine. Eddie Knowles in second. Aaron Hillwill in third. And George Burton in fourth. Whoa, something just let go on that 5B machine as I seen some sparks fly out. Something hot there on the racetrack. I can see it glowing. But let me head down track side. Get a word with our feature winner. He'll into victory lane. In that 55K machine, getting his helmet off. Your feature winner, up and out of the car, Mick Ross. Mick, that was a race, my friend.
Yeah, I wish it would have been over 30 minutes to go for you guys. It would have been a lot better for me, too.
Yeah, I hear you. You wouldn't pull double duty tonight. Are we going to park that street stock in here, too?
Well, I don't know. It's hard to win in any class over here. But we do start on the pole, so I like our odds.
Yeah, I hear you. Well, hey, who do you got to think get you up and down the road every week, make this all happen?
This is Calvin Teal's unit. I got a wheel on it and do a little adjusting on him for it. I had to win. He won last week with it, so I couldn't get done up. But Calvin Teal, Yeoman Race Engines, Rob Cycle, Ross's Speed Factory, Brian Teal Farms, Evan, Billy, my wife, all them for helping back in the pits, and all you fans for coming out.
Yeah. Oh, hey, give it up to him one more time. Your pure stock feature winner tonight, Mick Ross. All right. Got another shirt. We're going to go this side, I think, this time. Boy, I got to work on my arm, don't I? Up next will be our IMCA Race Saver Sprint Car Division. 20 laps the distance in this A feature event. Starting on the pole in the 51 after a really good heat race. That is Mitchell Moore. Starting outside of him, out of Des Moines, Iowa. In that 9 machine, that is Lanny Moore. Second row inside, out of Woodford, Iowa. In that 43 machine, that's Jake Greenwood. Starting fourth on the field, in that 99 machine, that is Braden Gilble. Starting third row inside, out of Des Moines, Iowa. In that 6 machine, that is Logan Moore. Starting outside of him, in that 6th position, in that 76, that is Jay Russell. Want to thank them again for donating the shirts I've been throwing out. Starting fourth row inside, in that 25 machine, that's Gunnar Pike. Starting 8th on the field, in that 17X, that's Jake Martins. Starting 5th row inside, in that number 9 position, in the 15J, that is Cole Vanderheit. Starting 10th on the field, in that 78C, that is Chase Cody. Starting 6th row inside, in that 08 machine, that is Chase Killogger. And 12th on the field, tailback in the 19 machine, that is Thad Holman. That is your lineup for your 20-lap A feature event. Again, racetrack doesn't look like it slowed down much. As in all the heat races, we were in the 12-second, mid-12s in all the heat races. So it'll be interesting to see if we've dropped off speed or if the cold of the night has brought that moisture back up into the racetrack, as they were extremely fast. As it looks like we've got them all fired up, Race Command will be given the order to get them racked and stacked. Again, car count down just a little bit, as we've got a few guys up in Knoxville, Iowa, the 360 Nationals this weekend. Race Savers usually run somewhere between 16 and 19 cars, a little down tonight. But with that big money on the line up north, not necessarily surprised by that. As it looks like we've got them all fired off here. Is tonight the night? Is tonight Mitchell Moore's night, starting from the pole, as Jay Russell in that 76 machine has been on quite the terror here lately, as it looks like Race Command getting them all racked up here. Traffic controller giving them the 1 to go this time by. 20 laps the distance. More and more on the front row. Gotta be side by side as they come out of turn 4. 20 laps the distance. Green flag high in the air, and we are racing. Good start for Moore. In that 9 machine, Jay Russell with a great start, working that top side from 6th to 2nd in 1 lap. As we've got a red flag on the field, we've got one upside down. That would be the 99 machine upside down. Staff getting over. Rolling the car back over gently. Racer is up and out of the car, talking to staff, I believe. Yep, frustrated driver, but up and out of the car. Driver is okay. Driver is okay. But let's pay him off. Took a hard tumble. And in that 99 machine of Gerbil. Scotty's tow and recovery. Getting the roll back over there, getting that car winched up. As we are red. It is a closed red. Crew cannot be working on the car. As we have no laps scored, it will be a complete restart. Track officials checking out the racing surface. Make sure no fuel leaked, as it looks like. No, I can see the fuel cell still, so. They'll get that car winched up on the rollback there. Scotty's Tow and Recovery doing a great job. For any of your towing needs, give Scotty's Tow and Rescue a call at 816-632-2881, or excuse me, 2181. Really appreciate their services here at US 36 Raceway. A little break in the action. Thank goodness driver is okay. Stand up, stretch your legs. Get over to the US 36 Beer Garden. See Danielle, get yourself some cold to drink as we figure up and restart this 20-lap IMCA Race Saver Sprint Car feature. The safety crew getting everything checked out as we get everybody lined up here to get ready to get these cars pushed back off once this yellow comes back out. It looks like we might be having a little difficulty with one of our fire and rescue trucks there, getting out of a little bit of that slime there on the bottoms of 3 and 4. Looks like we're going to throw a little bit of oil dry down. A little bit of fluid coming out of that car. Stewartville Fire and Rescue here helping us out tonight. I want to thank them for their service. Keep these drivers safe. Again, August 15th, the Pure Stock 1,000 to win Query Memorial 1,500 cash grab for the kids, our kids' night, if you will. Let's pack the stands. Let's get as many kids out here as we can. Let these kids at intermission get all those quarters, nickels, and dimes off the front stretch. As it looks like Race Command going to send us under yellow, get these cars pushed back off, and everybody racked back up and stacked so we can get this A feature event started, as we have not scored a lap yet. 20 laps of distance, as Jay Russell had a great run there coming off at 2 and 3 on the high side, was able to work his way up from 4th to 2nd. I bet Mitchell Moore, seeing that happen, is going to go, oh, I ain't going to let that happen again. race commands. Talking to these drivers, getting them all lined up as it looks like the inside row will just move up one. That'll bring Greenwood up into that third place position. Russell on the outside, as we may have a little dispute here. Yep, there we go, as it'll put Logan Moore to the outside, Russell to the inside of row 3, and Pike on the outside there. As race command there might have been a little discussion going on there between the 76 and Greenwood there, as the caution lights are out. We're going to go green flag this time by. Green flag high in the air. Great start for Moore. Working that bottom shelf. Mitchell Moore in second. Gunner Pike, great run. Coming off a 2. Going to offer up that slide job. Yes, he is. He's going to move up into second place. 1 lap down. 19 to go. But Laney Moore out to a 1.379 lead. Gunner Park in second. Mitchell Moore third. Logan Moore racetrack's not slowed down much at all, as we still got some cars in the 12 seconds. Laney Moore. Oh, gets a little crossed up there. Going to allow that 25 machine of Pike to catch up there, cut into that lead there as he got to bouncing through some of the character through 3 and 4. Mitchell Moore in second. Pike cut into that lead again by about 0.4 of a second that time by, as we'll have 8 down, 12 to go this next time by. Pike right to the rear bumper of Moore. Pike gets a great run. Dezad off, comes down the back stretch there. Going to make a move there on the inside. Moore not going to allow it. Moore able to hold off Pike working that top shelf. Moore right there on the bottom, trying to make that bottom work. Going to be able to see if they can hold off that 25 machine. So we're going to get into some lap traffic here in just a few laps, as we are got 10 down, halfway home in this 20-lap A-feature event. 1 caution so far. Moore pulls out to a little bit better lead there over Pike. Pike working that thing, bottom shelf in 1 or 3 and 4, top shelf in 1 and 2. As Moore catfishes around the bottom side, trying to hold off that 25 machine as they work through some more lap traffic for Martin in that 17X machine. Bobbles there just a little bit. allows Peck to run back down. Racetrack got a little bit of character as we've got 14 down, 6 to go. Pike trying to do everything can, pulls the rear bumper of Moore. Going to try the high side in 3 and 4 this time. See if he can get around that 9 machine as we got him side by side at the flag stand. But Moore able to hold him off that time by. But Gunner Pike passes him on the outside coming off a 2. Pike to the lead. Gunner Pike worked that top shelf to perfection to get around that 9 machine of Laney Moore. 16 down, make that 17 down. 3 to go this time by Gunner Pike. As the 43 machine of Greenwood plows to the center as well. We've got another one upside down. Red flag on the field. Red flag on the field for the... Can't see a number here. I think it might be the 08 machine. Got a car off in the infield also. Oh, got a little bit of excess fuel burning off a header there, it looks like. Driver out of the car. Driver is okay. Driver is okay. Up and out of the car as Scott's tow and recovery get that car up on the hook there, as it looks like we had a little bit of fire there on the infield too. Fire and rescue down there to help that driver out. If you've lost a phone, it is down in the concession stand. Check your phone, see if you've lost it. There is a phone that was left down at the concession stand. Scotty's tow and recovery getting a workout tonight as his second caution here in our IMCA Race Saver. Gunner's Pike had just taken over the lead. 17 down, 3 to go. Racetrack a little bit treacherous tonight, got a little bit of character. Could be expected from all the rain that we've had here. But running under order as we set right now, Gunner Pike in that 25 machine, sitting P1, the 9, a Moore P2, the 51, a Mitchell Moore is P3, and Logan Moore in that 6 machine is P4. Gonna have a 3-lap dash to the finish, as we did lose the 43 of Greenwood. So they worked to get that car up on the rollback there. I'm going to throw down a little bit of oil dry, a little bit of fluid coming out of that car. Again, want to thank Mike Kraft from Cheeseworks Video for coming in the house and videoing the races tonight. So make sure, if you want to take a look at this racing action, log on to Cheesework Video on YouTube. Watch tonight's events. Three laps remaining in this A feature. As it looks like the 17X of Jake Martins is going to be pulling off the racetrack, headed back pit side. If you're not a follower on our US 36 Dirt Facebook page, well, you don't know what you're missing. All the latest action, along with upcoming events on that Facebook page. Start following Nicole Knowles, our Facebook manager, does a great job with racing bios of our race car drivers, along with the racing action that happens every week here at US 36. Boy, fans, I'd say we need to give it up. Give a little bit of a appreciation to our track crew tonight. Boy, they have gotten a workout this evening trying to keep this track surface in perfect working order. Lots of fluid dropped on the racetrack. They've been working hard tonight. Yes, it was the 08. I thought it was. Getting upside down for that young man. Looks like they had to throw a little dirt back in, a little divot in the racetrack there. Running it down there, make sure it doesn't develop a hole. As this track staff has worked their tails off tonight for sure. Again, fans, remember August 26th will be in action here to US 36. Carb night at the races. Central Auto Racing boosters will be in the house. There'll be bike giveaways and all kinds of fun stuff for the kids. Make sure you make plans to come out and join us on August 26th here at US 36 Raceway. As it looks like track officials up and off the racetrack. Yellow is on. We're going to get these cars refired as Gunner Pike in that 25 machine had just taken the lead couple laps before that caution came out. Moore in second. In that 9 machine out of Des Moines, Iowa. Lenny Moore. The 51 of Mitchell Moore in third. Logan Moore in that 6 machine out of Des Moines, Iowa in fourth. Looks like we've got them all fired back off. Going to be a 3-lap dash to the finish. As it looks like lineup is correct. Caution lights are out. 3 laps dash to the finish. Gunner Pike. More and more. That is your top 3. Headed off into the restart zone. On the loud pedal, green flag flies. Green flag flies. Gunner Pike ripping that top side. Mitchell Moore gets a great run coming off of 2. Challenging Moore for second. White flag that time by. 1 to go. And your feature winner will be the 25 of Gunner Pike. Lanny Moore in second, Mitchell Moore in third, Logan Moore in fourth. Head down trackside to get a word with our feature winner. Pulling into victory lane in that 25 machine. But up and out of the car, your feature winner, Gunner Pike. I got it. Gunner, I'm getting used to this, man. This is the second time in a row I've seen you here and talked to you in victory lane. Started back in the field a little bit tonight. Didn't have a great heat race. What were your thoughts with it being hammered down heavy like it was? And what were you thinking about having to navigate through the field there?
Yeah, we kind of expected to be hammered down, so we tried something in the heat race, and just like impact's like, man, the balance just ain't where it's been. So we kind of got back with what we knew, and we raced on rough stuff back at home. So we kind of threw what we do at Eagle, and it seemed to be pretty good. So it had a little bit of character.
Yeah,
I'm glad I'm used to that. So. It was just trying to pick and choose your battles wisely on something like that.
Yeah, well, I tell you what, in 1 and 2, you were making that high side work to almost perfection. Was it because you just found a smooth line, or was it where you thought the car was really fast?
I could get in so much better than they could. They were getting the car bent, getting in on the bottom, and you can kind of just.
Did I just? Oh,
okay. Yeah, you can just kind of momentum race up on the top and kind of just carry speed through 3 and 4. So I'm glad I found it, because I actually found it by accident in the heat race. I was just trying to make something work, and it kind of worked out.
Yeah. Well, hey, who do you got to think gets you up and down the road every week? A little bit of a haul from you here. But boy, you sure did put on a good show tonight.
Yeah, I can't thank SNL Trenching, Avid Realty, Taylor Computers and Repair, High Plains Building Division. Let's see here, VOG Performance, Westover Rock and Sand, Carbon Safety Technology, Myers Racing Engines. Man, these things hit awesome. Slade Shock Performance, and then you got, who else is there? Trev Window Wings. We kind of been trying some stuff with the wings, and I think we're onto something. So it's pretty awesome.
Awesome. Well, hey, US 36 fans, give it up to him one more time. Your feature winner, Gunner Pike. All right, I got another shirt. I'm going to come up a little higher because that last one I didn't really throw very well, so we're going to go up a little higher here. All right, here we go. Which way am I going? Which way am I going? I'm going that way. I got a couple, or at least one more, I think. I want to thank Russell Motorsports for donating the shirts tonight. Oh, I was just informed we got a birthday.
Waylon, and he will be 2 tomorrow.
We got a Waylon, and he'll be 2 tomorrow. Well, happy birthday, young man. Up next on the racetrack will be our USRA B-Mod division. Starting on the pole in the 12C machine, that is Stephen Clancy. Starting outside of him in the 345, that's Jimmy Downs. Starting inside, second row, our current points leader in that 42 machine, that is Sam Florence. Starting P4 on the field in that 52J machine, that is Mark Dotson. Starting third row inside after a really good heat race. Finally found some speed in that 75L machine, that is Brett Holman. Starting outside of him in the 12X machine in the top 3 in points, that is Chris Wright. Starting inside row number 4 in that 20 machine, that's Ken Fuller. Starting outside of him in the 45, that is Wes Vestian. Caution lights are out. Nope, caution still on the racetrack. Caution still on the racetrack. Starting row number 5 in the 50C, that is Josh Milliken. Starting outside of him in the 3C, that's Andrew Clark. Starting row number 6 in the 17R, that is Riley Phillips. Starting outside of him in the 04D, that's Dalton Stahl. Starting 7th row inside in the 48X, that's Jim Masoner Jr. Starting 65K on Scott Coons. Here we go, off into the start zones. Oh, I don't know if our air traffic controller is going to like that one, as they need to be side by side. Caution on the racetrack. Whoa, we got one off the racetrack. That was looks like the 45. Of West Bestian, getting over the lip there as they come to us. Whoa, start there as the caution light comes out. Gotta be side by side at the cone. Chad not liking that start. Race command talking to the drivers right now, reminding them they have to be side by side, nose to tail. The 45 able to refire. They'll be able to join the field. as we've got no laps down, 15 slated to go in this USRA B-Mod A feature event tonight. The 48X of Jim Mason Jr. pulling into the infield there, talking to some staff. Going to be able to refire and join the field as we're going to go 1 to go this next time by. Lineup is correct. Caution light's going to remain on. Caution light still on. As we try to get this lineup correct, we are going to give that 45 spots back because we did not score a lap. So lineup is correct. Traffic controller giving them the 1 to go this time by 15 laps the distance. Again, gotta be side by side at the cone. That's what brought out this first caution. Chance. Clancy. Downs on the front row. Let's see if they can get it fired off this time. It looks good. Green flag in the air. Stephen Clancy gets a good start there. Downs on that top side. Dotson gets a good run down the back stretch there as that high line looks like preferred line right now. Stephen Clancy, Jimmy Downs, Sam Florence, Dotson, that is your top 4. Two laps down, 13 to go. We've got something come amiss there on the front stretch. Got one car turned around as it looked like something broke on that 16 machine of Michael Taylor III. Collected the 48X machine of Jim Masoner Jr. Facing wrong way in a one-way there on the front stretch. 2 laps scored in the books. 13 to go. Really good run for that 75 L machine of Brett Holman. They have finally found some speed in that car. Looks like everybody able to pull away and refire. Taylor the only one going back pit side. Race command will check this lineup, make sure everybody's in the right spots. It looks like Dow is going to take the outside as we are going to go with Delaware Delphile restart. Caution lights are out. Stephen Clancy out front. Then 2x2x2 nose to tail. They head on down the back chute into turn 3. The leader starts the race. And Stephen Clancy on the loud pedal, green flag high in the air. Good start for that 12C machine. Florence gets a good run up into second. Over Downs. Downs battles back on the backside there. Decides to take her bottom shelf. Going to try it up a little different as we get Dotson bouncing through there. Collects right. And Holman up into fourth. Great run for that 75L machine. As Wright working that bottom shelf. Racetrack. Oh, we got something awry on the 42 machine. Your current points leader. Looks like it looks like a drive shaft as that 42 machine pulls to the infield. Going to be a bad points night for that. Hate to see that happen as Stephen Clancy out to a 2.3 second lead with 5 laps in, 10 to go. 5 laps in, 10 to go. Make that 6 laps in, 9 to go that time by. Stephen Clancy jims down. And looky there, Brett Holman up into third, made the podium in that 75 machine. Dotson in fourth, and Fuller in fifth. That is your top 5. As everybody's searching around, Stephen Clancy in that J2 Bowler Motorsports number 12C. Caution on the racetrack. Got some debris. Yep, there on the back stretch, entering into 3. Stephen Clancy gotten out to a 2.756 lead. Did not want to see that happen. Going to bunch them all back together as we've got 7 down, 8 to go in this 15-lap A-feature event. Again, super impressed. That 75L machine of Brett Holman up to third, Dotson to fourth. When our points leader looked like, I think it was possibly a drive shaft, as I seen some sparks coming out from underneath it. Having to pull to the infield there. Going to be a rough hit there on a points night here at US 36 Raceway. But your current leader, Stephen Clancy, working that top shelf to perfection. As it looks like we're going to double them up one more time. As again, we've got 7 down, 8 to go. Caution lights are out. We're going to go green this time by. Stephen Clancy leads them off into the restart zone. Getting ready to get on that loud pedal. Green flag high in the air. Car does not fire off. Caution back on the racetrack. Somebody didn't like something there as they were checking lineups, I believe. As Fuller should be to the there we go. Now we've got them lined up. Fuller should have been to the outside of Dotson there. We're going to give them 1 to go this time by. 7 laps down, 8 to go. Cleaning those visors, pulling those belts tight. Stephen Clancy leads them off into the restart zone, getting ready to get on the loud pedal. Green flag flies, green flag flies. Good run for Dotson, comes off the backside there, pulls right to that rear of that 75L machine. Fuller goes 3 wide. 3 wide there. Coming off of 4 for that 4th, 5th, and 6th place position. Well, looky here. Oh, we got a caution on the racetrack. Caution on the racetrack. Debris there in, getting ready on the front stretch, getting ready to go into 1. Looks like somebody lost a nose piece or a deck piece there. All righty. Caution lights are out. We're going to go single file the rest of the way. 8 laps down, 7 to go. Does Jimmy Downs in that 345 machine have anything for that 12C machine of Stephen Clancy? Well, we're going to find out. Green flag high in the air. Here we go, back racing. Stephen Clancy, Downs, Holman. Oh no, something broke on that 12C machine of Stephen Clancy. Slowed on the racetrack. In the lead, something broke on that 12C machine. Heartbreak for Stephen Clancy. Jimmy Downs taking over the lead with that misfortune. Down the back stretch, that car just dropped off of the bar. Something definitely broke. Heartbreak for that 12C as he had a pretty commanding lead there before that last caution. Bunched us back up. With that, we'll put Jimmy Downs in that 345 machine to the lead. The 75L of Brett Holman, The 52J of Matt Dotson, and the 20 of Chad Fuller as your top 4. Race command lineup is correct. Traffic controller Chad there, giving them the 1 to go. Caution lights are out on the speedway. Eight laps down, 7 to go. Off into the restart zone. Green flag flies. Green flag flies. Jimmy Down gets a good restart off of 2 there down the back stretch. But looky here, Brett Holmes trying to change it up a little bit there, bouncing through some holes, allows Dotson to get right to his rear bumper, but he ain't letting that 345 machine get away too far. Oh no, something bouncing through the holes, got that 75RL machine woed up, allowed Jimmy Downs to get out there a little bit. Gets up against the wall, allows the 52 of Dotson as we've got a caution on the racetrack. Boy, oh boy, that 75L machine got up on two wheels there on the high side, kissed it off the wall, and was still able to bring her back down and hold off that 52 J machine of Mark Dotson. As we've got 10 laps down, 5 to go, 4 fingers and a thumb left in this USRA B Mod. A feature event. Chris Wright on the move also, able to come up another spot there over Fuller into the top 4, as we're going to give him 1 to go at the flag stand. Again, 10 laps down, 5 to go. 5 to go. Jimmy Downs in that 345 leads him down the back chute. Green flag high in the air. Wright gets a really good start, challenging for that third place position. Caution on the racetrack. Caution on the racetrack. As Mark Dotson had gotten a good run coming off a 4 there, had to woe it up. Looks like the right door off of the 50 car. All right, caution lights are out. 10 laps down, 5 to go. Jimmy down. Gonna lead him off into the restart zone. Let's see where he fires off this time. Green flag flies, green flag flies. Good start again for Wright. As you can throw a blanket over that second, third, and fourth. Oh, yes, Wright and Dotson battling side by side. Holman able to hold him off as we got sparks flying out for that car. As Dotson gets a good run there on the top side, able to take over that second place position. As Wright gets to working on third, something broke, I think, on that 75 machine as it gets together with Fuller. Checkered flies. Jimmy Downs. Mark Dotson, Chris Wright. Right, that is your top 3. Up and out of the car. Let's let him hear it. Your USRA B Mod. up and out of the car. Beer flying. Somebody's happy. Wipe off your face and come over here and talk to me. I think the Mick Ultra was all over the place there. Hey, good to get this monkey off your back?
It feels wonderful. We worked hard at this deal, and that right there, that's a race car.
Yeah. Yes, it was. It was good on the top side there. I mean, you could work it just about everywhere. It looked like it could D down the racetrack too, kind of run through the rough stuff. But the car looked pretty good and balanced.
Yeah, Cade puts together one hell of a machine. Shane showed that here a couple nights this year. I hopped in this thing, and it needed a little bit more, and we went to work on it. And his and I's driving style is quite a bit different. We made some changes, Brandon and I, and Braxton, he helps us out a lot too. Got it to where I could kind of feel it, and it's showing it.
Yeah, I hear you. Well, hey, who do you got to think gets you up and down the road every week in this 345 machine?
Oh, just everybody that helps. You're going to walk over here.
He's going to have to look.
First, my wife and kids for giving me the opportunity to do this. Brandon, we were sitting in my shed drinking beer last winter and said, we need something to do besides work. I've worked my butt off my whole life, and I said, let's go do something fun. I said, you think we ought to put together a race car? And now we got 3. All these guys, they're involved every week. RHC Land Improvement, Chris and Shelley Franks, Frank's Boys Racing, Schaefer Specialized Lubricants, Travis Hartman, Yeoman Race Engines. John puts together a piece. CDR Race Cars, Grindstone Garage, the Gibsons. They're a big part of what we do. Shane Bailey. Without Shane Bailey, I wouldn't be where I'm at right now. He's helped me out a lot. This time last year, I knew the chrome beadlock went on the right front and the black beadlock went on the right rear, and here we are today.
Yeah, I hear you. Well, hey, here we go so you can hear it. Let's give it up to your A feature winner in your USRA B-Mod division, Jimmy Downs. All right, who's ready for their nightcap? USRA stock cars, A feature, going 15 laps, starting on the pole. Winner of your pure stock, A feature tonight, In that 34X machine, that is Mick Ross. Starting outside of him, in that 7K machine, that's Doug Keller. Starting inside second row in that 15E machine, the young man, 14-year-old Eddie Knoll. Starting outside of him in the 37D, that is Brad Deary. Starting inside row number 3 in that 7 machine, that's Shane Bailey. Starting outside of him in that 6 machine, that is the 105 of Clint Hedge. Starting 4th row inside, your current points leader in that 997 of Jason Estes. Starting outside of him in the 911, that is Mike Miller. Starting 5th row inside in the 13D, that's Brian Peters. Starting outside of him in the 4S machine, that is Slade Shadwick. Starting 6th row inside in that 69 ER machine, some call him Cupcake, we call him Tyler Cadwelder. In that 69 ER machine, starting outside of him in the 35G machine, another one of our young guns here in that Gravin Greer. Starting 7th row inside is a 47X of Connor Masoner. And starting outside of him in the 10A, that's Jonathan Peters. Starting 8th row inside in the 12X machine, that's Matthew Lance. Starting outside of him, P16 on the field in the 91, that's Brad LeBonnet. Starting inside row number 9 in the 55, that is Michael Dotson. Starting outside of him in the 18th spot is the 46 of David Petty. And starting tailback on the field, that'll be Tucker Sedgwick. Not making the call, it looks like, in that 85 machine. 15 laps of distance in our nightcap tonight here in our USRA stock car division. Caution lights are out on the speedway. Ross Keller leads them off into our start zone. Got to be side by side. Green flag high in the air. Mick Ross, Doug Keller. Doug Keller gets a good run coming off of 2. Brad Deary follows right behind him with Jason Estes right there also. And Clint Hedge, that is your top 5. Doug Keller to the lead. Mick Ross to second, right there on his rear bumper. D's off the racetrack, pulls right to his left rear bumper. See if he's going to work that bottom side, see if he can get around Keller there in that 3. But Heller able to hold him off that time by. Keller, Ross, Deary, Estes, Hedge, that is your top 5. Mick Ross is not going away. Right there at the rear quarter panel of Doug Keller in that 7 machine. Mick Ross turns down the racetrack. We may have a new leader this time by. Nope, Doug Keller able to hold him off that time. Brad Deary slowly creeping up as we get into some lap traffic here. Mick Ross goes to the high side. See if he's going to pay a little pin as we've got, oh no, yep, Jason Estes into the rear of the 48 machine, but we're able to get through clean and green. Oh, caution on the racetrack, caution on the racetrack. But Mick Ross led that lap. We'll see what Race Command's determination is. See if we go to the last scored lap, where that would be. As we've got 5 laps down, 10 to go in this USRA stock car, A main event. Doug Keller out to the early lead, led the first 4 laps. Mick Ross had been working that high side D and down the track, running down the hill there. and was able to work around him when he got into that lap traffic, started seeing, I think he was setting up a pick there on how to get through that lap traffic. But we'll see what Race Command's decision is here on the lineup. It will be Mick Ross to the lead, Doug Keller in second, or at least that's what it's showing on my screen right now. As Jason Estes have to pull off the racetrack. Something awry on that car, maybe a flat tire. Let's see if he takes it to the hot pit or pit side. Nope, he's taking it all the way back pit side. Tough night for our points leader in that 997 machine of Jason Estes. Matthew Lance right now is our hard charger, up from 15th to 8th so far. Keep an eye out for that 12X machine of Matthew Lance. Again, our hard charger so far. Line them up, Delaware, double file restart here. Keller taking the outside, Deary to the bottom. Cadwalder up there to 5th. Started 11th, another hard charger. Caution lights are out. We're going to go green flag this time. Bye. Mitch Ross leads him off into the restart zone. He starts the race. Green flag high in the air. We are back racing here at US 36. 5 laps down, make that 6 laps down this time by grabbing Greer up into the top 5 in that 35 machine. Tyler Cadwalder up to 4th. 7 laps down, 8 to go. 7 laps down, 8 to go. Halfway home this time by Mick Ross out to not quite a second lead here, as we are going to get into some lap traffic before this race is over. Sitting in the catbird seat, Doug Keller in that 7 machine. What's we gonna do to get around that 34 machine of Mick Ross? Actually cut into the lead that time by quite a bit, by about almost 0.4 of a second. Keller finding something there to get around that 35X machine of Mick Ross, as they had a heated battle earlier here, as we've got 11 laps down. Make it 12 this time by. 12 this time by. 3 to go. 12 down, 3 to go this time by. Keller changing up his line there, trying to see if we can figure something out, as we're going to get right to lap traffic. 2 to go this time by. White flag out, this time by 14 down. 1 to go for the 34X of Mick Ross, Doug Keller, and Brad Deary. That is your top 3. But your feature winner tonight in your USRA Street Stock Division will be the 34X of Mick Ross. I'll head down track side, get a word with our feature winner. But if you are heading out, please be safe. We want to see you back here in 2 weeks for our kids. Thank you.
I'll see you, buddy.
Yeah, you're fine. Again, be safe. Come back and see us on the 15th for the Query Memorial Race.
Are you guys throwing shirts?
I don't have any more, buddy. That was it.
There you go.
Here he comes. But up and out of the car. US 36 fans, let him hear it. Your feature winner tonight, 2-time feature winner tonight, Mick Ross. I don't know how you can have one of those after that, because you were elbows up there all night. You and Doug put on a show there at the beginning. I was like, oh, I don't know if he's going to get back and forth there for a couple laps, and then you made it work. And did you see the pick coming?
Yeah, I don't know. I was really surprised he was so low down there, and he left me plenty of room up top. Man, it's awesome to win 2 in a row, but this win just cost us about $8,000. But luckily, I think our new motor's about done, and hey, you know what? I'm happier than hell to finally win. I've been beating myself up bad this year. Just can't catch any breaks, and honestly, I hated it. I was hoping it rained out tonight because I didn't want to race. Really took up golf, and I like that a lot. But man, I'm glad. The good night sucks to end, but hey, you know what? It should have blew up on the white flag. I'd be really pissed right now.
I hear you. Well, US 36 fans, give it up one more time with a hurt motor. Yes, let's let him thank his sponsors first.
We better thank our sponsors because we're going to need them this week. Ray Brothers Welding, Wolf Black Herefords, DHI Roofing, RG Garage Door Service, Wifey's Money, my beautiful wife, Allie. Grandpa's A&B Auto Sales, it's going to cost him. Randy Ferbert Engines, he does build a hog. Buller Motorsports, Lake Road Warehouse, Salon 1219. I don't know, I'm missing a bunch of them, but I'm excited. I'm going to go drink some beer.
Well, hey, US 36 fans, give it up to him one more time. Your feature winner tonight, Mick Ross in your USRA Stock Car Division. Again, safe. We want you to be back here in weeks for our memorial and our kids' grab there on the front stretch. But this is your voice of US 36, Sean Burns, signing off tonight. Good night. Thank you again so much for coming out and spending your evening with us. Be safe, and we'll see you again.
Hey, Sean. Sean.
Yes, sir.
Going to get Sean Burns over here, the voice of US 36 this year. And Sean, gosh, some good racing. I'll tell you what, for the conditions that the track was under tonight, I think we've seen some good stuff. A lot of yellow flags, but still, for what the track was, man, I think they did a terrific job and some good racing.
Well, I mean, we've had, I think what John told me, we had 19 inches of rain here this year at this race facility. We were off for 5 weeks.
Yeah.
It rained 3 inches Tuesday and Wednesday this week. And so for us to get the show even in was a surprise. Yeah, the racetrack had a little bit of character, but we really couldn't get on it until this morning. And John was telling me he called a buddy and they put together another sheep's foot and ran 2 of them all day long.
All day long.
Yeah, wow. So we had quite the show. Great car count. I'll tell you what, these guys come out and support this racetrack. I'm thinking we had the lowest car count this year, and it was 80 cars. And actually, it ended up being 91 with the late check-ins. Yeah. And I still think that was one of our lower ones. We've been in triple digits all year. Been some great racing. If you missed 5 weeks ago, Chris DeShawn and Blake Hayes' E-Mod race, where Blake got him right at the end on the high side, one of the best races we've had. And we've had 6 or 7 features this year that have been less than 0.003 of a second. I mean, so been real good racing.
And like I say, I think we kind of saved the best for last too, because that race between Mick Ross and
Doug
Keller, boy, that first 5-6 laps, I thought, who's going to win this thing? This is just back and forth. But then that little incident there where they were going into one with a couple of slower cars, and Mick got around him, and once he did, well, he kind of pulled away.
Yeah, he did a little bit there, and that's to be expected with it being a little heavy like it is tonight. You just couldn't. Like I said, we just couldn't get the moisture out of it all day. But no, I mean, I'm telling you, we had a great car count.
Oh, boy.
And I'm going to keep saying it because I've been saying it all night. If you're not here, if you've got kids and you're not here on April 15th for our kids grab, $1,500 worth of change on the front stretch.
Wow.
Going to be amazing.
Yeah, sure will. Got somebody out hot lapping for a while, but anyway, folks, I think we're going to wrap it up here from US 36 tonight. Sean Burns, like I say, the voice of 36, and Cheeseworks videos. I hope you all enjoyed the video tonight. And like we always say, next week, who knows where we'll be, but you just have to tune in and kind of check it out either Friday or Saturday night, but we'll be somewhere. So check us out again next week. Thanks to Sean for coming over and talking to us. But that's going to do it here tonight from US 36. Y'all have a good weekend, and we'll see you next week somewhere. Thank you, Sean.
Thank you, buddy. Hey, thanks again, Mike. We appreciate you.